There are two people looking at the same $1,000 right now. One of them is spending it. The other one is building something with it. 30 years from now, those two people will live completely different lives. Not because one was smarter, not because one earned more, because one of them made a different decision about one number every single month. Most people think saving money is about discipline. It isn't. It's about understanding what money actually does when you stop spending it, and almost nobody understands that clearly enough to act on it. Let's start with what $1,000 actually is before it becomes anything else. $1,000 a month is $12,000 a year. Think about that. Most people spend $12,000 a year and genuinely cannot tell you where most of it went. Not because they're careless, because spending is designed to be invisible. The streaming services you forgot you were paying for. The food delivery fees that don't feel like real purchases. The upgrade you said yes to without thinking twice. None of those feel like $1,000 decisions. But added up, month after month, they are exactly that. Here's the thing most people never actually sit with. $1,000 spent is gone forever. $1,000 invested is not gone. It's working. And the difference between those two outcomes over time is not a small difference. It is a life-changing difference. But here's what nobody tells you about that $1,000. The decision you make with it this month is not a $1,000 decision. It is worth far more than that. And the math behind that statement is going to surprise you. Month 1. You put $1,000 into a simple index fund. The market moves a tiny bit. Your $1,000 becomes $1,003. Nothing exciting. Month 6, $6,200. Year 1, $12,800. The market gave you back about $800 beyond what you put in. $800. You could have earned that working a weekend of overtime. And yet, here's where it gets interesting. Year 5. The account has roughly $69,000 in it. You put in $60,000 of your own money. The market quietly added $9,000 on top. Still not dramatic. Still not the number that changes everything. But here's what's happening underneath the surface that the balance doesn't show you. The $12,800 from year 1 is growing inside the $69,000. The money from year 2 is growing. Year 3, year 4, year 5. Every layer of money growing because every layer has been sitting there for a different amount of time. This is what compounding actually looks like from the inside. Not a chart, not a projection someone showed you on Instagram. A real account quietly becoming more than the sum of what you put into it. And then, around year 10, something completely changes. Year 10, the account holds about $207,000. In that 1 year alone, the account made around $14,500. You contributed $12,000. Your money just outworked you. Not by a little, by $2,500 in a single year. And it's speeding up. This is the moment most people talk about but never explain properly. From this point forward, you are no longer the main engine. The money already sitting in the account is doing more work than the money you're still adding. And what happens at year 20 and year 30? That's where the numbers stop feeling real. Year 20, roughly $589,000. You put in $240,000 of your own money. The market added $349,000 on top. For every dollar you saved, the market handed you back $1.45 extra. $349,000 that needed no overtime, no second job, no side hustle, no lucky break. Just $1,000 a month, moved before it could be spent, left alone long enough to become something you never had to build with your hands. And year 30? $1,130,000. Over $1 million. From $1,000 a month, you put in $360,000 across 30 years. The compounding added $770,000. The market contributed more than double what you did. Now here's the question you need to sit with. What did the person who spent that $1,000 every month end up with after 30 years? Memories. Some good ones. Genuinely good ones. But no foundation. No crossover point. No money showing up without them lifting a finger. Just a life that spent everything it earned and kept nothing for later. That's not a judgment. That's just the math. The math doesn't care about your intentions. It only responds to your decisions. But here's the part of the story almost nobody talks about, and it's actually more important than the $1 million. Most people think saving money changes your bank account. It does, but what it changes first and most, is you. Think about it. By year 5, you've watched the market drop and come back twice. You felt it. You saw the number go down, and you didn't sell. You didn't stop the transfer. You did nothing, which is actually the right move, and the account came back. That experience changes something in you that you can't buy. The financial stress that controls most people's lives, it starts to lose its grip on you. Not just because you have more money, though you do, because you have proof now. Proof that the system works if you don't break it. Proof that you are someone who doesn't break it. That combination is worth more than any number in any account. And here's what nobody warns you about. The people around you who didn't start, who spent the $1,000 every month, they will eventually feel it. Not all at once. Not dramatically. Just one day, the gap between your life and theirs will be visible in a way it wasn't before. And the uncomfortable truth? The gap was always there. It was just invisible while the compounding was still quiet. So the real question is not whether $1,000 a month is worth saving. The real question is, who do you want to be at 55? Because that answer is being decided right now. Here's what makes this harder than it sounds. The $1,000 is already spent in your head before it even arrives in your account. The dinner, the trip, the thing you've been looking at for 2 weeks, your brain has already claimed it. And that, not the math, not willpower, not the market, is the actual problem. The only move that works is to move the money before your brain catches up. Set up the automatic transfer. Make it leave on the first of the month. Treat it exactly like rent. Not optional, not something you decide based on how you feel that week. Because motivation is not a financial plan. An automatic transfer is. And here's what you'll find in month 3 when the account shows a number that doesn't impress you yet. You won't miss the $1,000 the way you thought you would. The month doesn't fall apart. The things you thought you needed that money for, most of them don't even come up. And when they do, you find the money somewhere else. The $1,000 was never actually holding your life together. It just felt like it was. Most people never test that feeling. You are not saving $1,000 a month. You are making a $770,000 decision every single month. The $1,000 is just what it costs to make it. The person you'll be at 55 is being built right now, one transfer at a time, by a version of you that most people never become. Somewhere right now, someone is looking at $1,000 in their account, and they're about to spend it. Not because they're irresponsible, because nobody showed them clearly what that $1,000 actually is. Now you know. Drop a comment with your age and where you're starting from. I read every single one, and I want to see how many people are making the decision today. If this made the math feel real for the first time, send it to one person who needs to see it. Not as a lecture, just as a number nobody showed them clearly enough. Subscribe because the next video covers exactly how to set up the account, what to actually put the money into, and the one mistake that quietly kills the compounding before it ever gets a chance to start.